Okay, let's do the first half of the form, which we should know by now. All right, and we'll probably have to work on those last couple of moves again to give you a refresher on that. I'm sorry, it's been a couple of weeks. the next move. Okay, let's do it twice more. And Kevin, that's what the next move is where the comes in that you were asking about last time. Jill, why don't you lead us through one?
I,
Oh, well, maybe not. Are you?
I was gonna say, I I'm really struggling because it's just like the mechanics are like,
Yes.
and
Okay.
I don't actually. That's a question. Should I try to do it in this form?
If you are comfortable, then it's fine. If it's uncomfortable, then maybe just practice to the side without doing the leg work and stuff.
Yeah, I think because basically what I'm doing is just like, well, there obviously are a lot of components that I can do. I can't do as much of the weight shift and certainly anything
Yes.
that involves lifting the
Yes.
leg.
Yeah. Sorry.
But
I'm just seeing your upper body in the picture, so I had sort of forgotten that you only got one good leg right now.
yeah, but I really, yeah, I have not done any Tai Chi since this happened. So,
Well, of course.
but I want to, I'm trying to figure out how to jump in. I think probably within about three to, in about 4 weeks, I should be able to put weight on the foot. And so my hope is that I
You
can.
can you can get back into this. Then just judge what is comfortable for you to do. You
Mhm,
know, maybe you can just without moving your feet just shift your weight from side to side.
mhm.
Maybe not. In which case, just do some qigong exercises, right? Catherine, why don't you lead us through one?
Malcolm, yes, but I don't have at all the move number 12. Okay.
No,
I practiced until the end of 11, but I didn't practice the 12.
do as much as you can, and that will help me understand where you're solid, everything's good, and then where we need to do a little work.
Well, I'm solid in nothing, but
No problem. Okay, good enough, Ryan, and bring the chi back together. So, one thing you all can do when you are practicing the form is to pay a little attention to all the places where you touch on stillness again, including physical stillness. So I'm going to give you an example, and this just one place. Right? In every move, there are several places where you actually, in a sense, stop. Now, in a way, that's never true. But in another way, it is true. So you have to, it's a subtle point, and we'll explain it. But watch. Stop. Now, the truth is, you never actually stop. But what happens is your physical body stops while your energy keeps moving a little bit. And what the energy is doing is it's settling down. So there's a line in the Tao Te Ching that asks the question, who can wait while the mud settles? Who can wait while the mud settles? All right? So there's many places in the form where you do that. Wait. Let it settle. 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 So if you incorporate that in your Tai Chi, what it will do is it'll start to make it more like music.
Well, I try to do it slower than usual, but when I do it slower,
Yeah.
I'm so aware of everything that's wrong that it's actually in my mind all the time, and it's like stopping me of being fluid. So
Yes.
it's
Yes, I know exactly.
because I can
what you
feel
mean.
all the things that are just totally wrong, and it's like everything is wrong suddenly. I mean, the moves are here, but they are empty, and I can feel the emptiness. I don't know if I express myself well.
Yes,
but,
you express yourself very well. Yes.
So
Yes.
this time I was doing real slowly because I wanted to do it slowly, but
Yes.
at the same time I was suddenly aware of something that wasn't there.
Catherine, if it makes you feel any better,
No,
it's not just you.
but it doesn't.
Everybody faces this issue. And the more you know that you don't know most stuff.
Yeah, since 2 weeks when I practice, I'm just aware of,
Yeah.
like, I feel that everything is wrong.
Well, in a certain way, you're right. Everything is wrong.
Okay, so
this is what everybody goes through, and it's very aggravating. There is I don't know if I can remember the Japanese phrase. There is a phrase in Japanese that's very important in Zen Buddhism, in Zen. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the Japanese right off, but what it means is mistake after mistake.
Mm.
And what you find in Zen after a while is you realize everything you're doing is a mistake.
No, right now it's, yeah, everything
it's
is
just
wrong.
mistake after mistake after mistake. And eventually you get to the point where you simply accept the fact that that's true. And then the next thing you realize is that's the way it's supposed to be.
Mm.
You find a thread of continuity within that mistake after mistake. And you realize, oh, I'm not supposed to pay attention to the mistakes. I'm supposed to pay attention to the thread of intention. Of course, there's mistake after mistake. To become an expert in Tai Chi is like becoming an expert in music. It takes a lifetime. So
No, I don't even want to be an expert. It's just that a few months ago I didn't have this feeling, and it's new and it's really annoying.
yes, it's extremely annoying. I know exactly what you mean. So part of it is that we have not been practicing very much the last few weeks.
I do practice, so I
You
shouldn't.
practice at home. Well, then I would say, I will tell you what Grandmaster Feng would tell you. He would say, well, congratulations. You are moving along. You're moving along. You're right where you should be. And this is part of the training is when you get good enough, now you start critiquing yourself
Mm.
and you just realize how everything you're doing is not good enough. Well, that's part of the process. And you just keep going until you can relax into your own mistakes. And it's just, step after step after step after step.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You just have to relax.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I was very tense. The slower I am, the tenser I am.
Well, that's one of the reasons that I was mentioning stopping. Stopping, to stop, it's more like your physical body just slows way down. Your energy still continues to drop into your dantian, right? Drop into your dantian. But what it does is it allows you to relax, right? You don't just come out, boom, and then go on to the next move. You come out and you relax. And then you move on to the next move. And you relax. And move on to the next move. And you relax. And move on to the next move. And you relax. And move on to the next move. All right? So even though every move you're doing is wrong, you still relax. Yes, it's a painful place in the practice, but you're doing just fine. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, let's do that last move where you had some hesitation in what you were doing there. And then we'll move on to move number 12, I think it is. All right. So from here, I'll do it facing you and then at the regular, right? So it's I think Catherine, what was messing you up in that move was the footwork.
Mm.
All right. So watch the feet. Weights on the left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, step out left, and weight to the left. One more. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, step out and left. Weight to the left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, let me see you do it. Okay, it's all right. Catherine, could you lower your camera a little so I could see your feet? Okay, so what is screwing you up at the end is, yeah, the left and right may be a problem, but it's also upper body, lower body coordination. So this is a place that tends to get everybody. There are different ways to do this move, but we're just going to pick one way and do it that way. So let's just do this very slowly. Side punch. Relax. Hidden hand punch. Neck punch. Clear the arm. Chin up. Box the ears. Right. Hit backward. Come over the top. Hit forward. So that the hands stay very loose, and the arms stay very loose and relaxed when you're doing this. Side punch. Relax. Hidden hand punch. Neck punch. Clear the arm. Chin up. Box the ears. Hit backward. Come over the top. Hit forward. Let's just do that last little part of it where it's easy to sort of screw this up. So, boxing the ears, there are different ways to box the ears. Maybe the most common way to box the ears is just to use the palms of the hands and just pow like that. Or you could use the back of the hands and use the knuckles. That's what we're doing here, using the back of the hands. So if I was trying to box someone's ears, my fist might be coming in like that, but this guy's going to block. So he's going to put something up to block, so I can't do that. So you have to keep loose wrists. Your wrist has to be very bendable. So when you come around like this, your wrist just bends in. And you end up hitting him with your knuckles. Boom, bend like that. Does that make sense? Now, notice how your weight is. Your weight is all on the left when you get to this point. Boom. Right? All my weight's on the left, and I'm just balancing on my right toe. Right? Then you relax backward. Your weight's going back, and I'll show you what you're doing. Box the ears. You're hitting backward. And where you're hitting is the guy's groin. There's another guy behind you. You box this guy's ear and his evil twin brother is coming up behind you. All right? Boom, boom. Like that. Yeah, it's very simple. All right? Now comes the part that tricks everybody. Box the ears, back, right? Back, and then you come over the top. The arms just go like this. Right? I hit backward and I just come over. And where they're going to come over is your own solar plexus. Right? Both hands over to the solar plexus. This hand is going to be a fist. And it's going to be palm up, resting on the solar plexus. This hand is going to be a pointer. So both hands go down and they come up, point, fist, right? And I'm going to point at what I want to hit. So let's say I want to punch Jill in the nose. So Jill, I'm going to point at your nose. Jill, look at this. Look at this. Boom. All right. Look, boom. So you point at what you want to hit, and then watch this fist. Yeah, exactly. Now, make sure when you hit someone, I'm going to do this wrong. That's wrong. You'll break your own wrist if you do this. All right, see that? When you hit, it's gonna move your fist back and it's gonna break your wrist. So when you come around and hit, your wrist needs to be straight. So a way to think about it is from your elbow to the tips of your knuckles, all right? is a straight line. Boom. Okay? Box the ears. Hit backward. Come over the top. Point. Step out and hit. Very simple. All right. Box the ears. Weight goes backward and you hit. Come over the top. Step out and hit. One more. Box the ears. Hit backward. Come over the top. Step out and hit. So you just practice this step by step like that until those steps have gotten into your body, and then it will start to flow. Now, when it starts to flow, what you'll find is your timing will change a little bit. It's kind of like if you're learning a fairly complex dance move. At first, it's just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. But then after you get all the pieces, they start to flow together. So the internal rhythm will change a little bit and it'll become much more liquid. Now, the biggest change in the as this becomes more internalized, the biggest change is when you step out.
Yeah.
With this leg. You're going to find that you step out a little earlier. But that's okay. At first, you could just do it 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You notice I stepped out half a beat ahead of number 4.
Yeah.
But that'll just happen naturally as this gets internalized. All right, let's do the whole move together. Make sure it's straight. From elbow to knuckles, it's a straight line. In Tai Chi, you know, when you watch movies with John Wayne or any of these guys, they're always most punching is not actually like that. And in Tai Chi, we don't usually hit with these knuckles. We hit with these two knuckles, right? Those two knuckles there, not these knuckles back here, these two knuckles. So it's much more precise and it's also straight. It's straight through. In most movies and things like this, when people are hitting, and I'm not saying these are bad hits, they're good hits, they'll work, right? But what you're hitting with is the physical body. And so it's a big roundhouse and you're hitting him with these knuckles back here. It's physical. But it's not physical in Tai Chi, it's energetic. You're hitting them with your chi, not your physical body. Master Zhang used to illustrate that point like this. He would get a volunteer in the class. He would usually volunteer me, and then he would punch me in the arm. I mean, sort of semi-hard. Not trying to hurt you or anything. He said, I'm just going to use my physical body. And he'd punch you. All right? That's one thing. And he would typify that by saying, that's an external martial art. An external martial art. A physical martial art. Many martial arts are external. Right? He said to get hit by a good external martial artist is like getting shot with a bullet. But that's not what Tai Chi does. What Tai Chi does is it uses the physical body to introduce Qi into your opponent. So your Qi goes into the opponent. And the actual place that it hits is not that painful. But what happens is the Qi goes into their body and then it explodes. So he would say, getting hit by a good internal martial artist is like getting hit by an ICBM. It goes in and then it explodes. And he would demonstrate. Now, boom, I'll do this on you very lightly. And you would feel it. It's like a vibration that goes into your body. It's not the physical hitting, it's the vibration that's hitting. All right? So you stay soft. Why do you stay soft? Because you're trying to get your vibration into them. If everything's all hard, the vibration won't go through. It needs to stay soft, boom, so the vibration will go in.
Didn't he used to say, where do you want it? In the shoulder, the other shoulder, or your head?
He would hit me on the shoulder, and the first time he did it, he said, I'm going to give you a little tap, but you're going to get a bruise. The question is, where do you want the bruise? Do you want it here? Or do you want it here? Or do you just want to get a headache? So what was he talking about? I said, I'll take the headache. All right? You can learn to direct your vibration into another person's body. This is very similar to certain forms of massage, including massages where you don't even physically touch someone. You're sending your vibration in, and the vibration is what does the massage work. So the next time you go to hit somebody, just say, I'm going to give you a little massage. All right? Boom. After you get all the pieces, then it will start to flow together. Okay, any questions?
I just have to work on it and work and work.
Yeah, exactly. Just do it over and over and over and over.
I love this move.
What's that?
I love this move.
Yes, it's a good. This whole little sequence, punching sequence, is very nice. It's a lot of fun. I think rather than go on to the next move, which would just complicate everything, let's just stop here. We can do this a few more times, but let's just focus on this one move today, and then next Saturday we'll do the next move. One more. All right, let me see you do it. Start with the palm up, end with the palm down. Good, Catherine, you've got it. You've got it. You've got the basic idea there. Just
Yeah,
keep
the basic.
practicing that, and we'll.
Very basic.
Well, you got to. There's no place else to start except basic. And next Saturday we'll refine it just a little bit, and then move on to the next move.
Thank you.
You bet, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.